Hey there, welcome. Today's video is about love and truth. Neem Karoli Baba, my guru, or one of my gurus, or just part of God that emanated through a physical body to share grace and love with humans, said to Ram Dass to love everyone and always tell the truth. And this is often like principles in yoga and dharma, is to compassionately embrace the universe and all its beings, and to always be honest and follow truth. In yoga, it's Ahimsa and Satya, the first two main rules, and Ahimsa is just one version of love. Not harming anything is part of love, and Satya is not just telling the truth, it is just truth. And I think we know this. This is obvious. This is pretty simple when we think of it intuitively and don't get too philosophical or nitpicky about it or too entrenched in biases. We know that if we wanted to operate correctly in existence, we'd want truth. We kind of rely on it just to have toilets work. Imagine if plumbers were just devious all the time and they didn't work. There's a certain truth about just utilizing the natural world and physics earnestly that makes it so we can just live a good life. We rely on truth and honesty to have a functioning society with functional tools. And so there's just almost a social truth about truth that makes it evolutionarily positive. But it's beyond that, because sometimes truth isn't pragmatic or practical, but it's important nevertheless. There's a value to truth beyond temporary productivity or temporary convenience for humans. And in spirituality, we also experience a lot of love. We can experience overwhelming emotions and bliss and tears and release of bound, tense things, and feel this compassion from something greater than ourselves, greater than our perceived individuality. But sometimes those two are hard. Ram Dass said he can't love everybody, but he can tell the truth. But it's actually, they're both the same thing. Eventually, Ram Dass would say that he doesn't love everybody, he loves everything, every pattern, every aspect of existence. And this is even closer to the true experience outlined by the yogis. And I had a dream the other night, which is bringing me here to talk about this, is that in the dream I was flying around. I was like a ball of energy outside my body, and I was flying through things so fast and almost crying and almost anxious about my own stupidity, realizing I need to love everything, every pattern, every aspect of the universe, all of our experiences and our evaluations and interpretations and conflicts of the mind and social relations and unknown pranas and energies and spirits and all of it, everything, all the physical stuff, all the parts. I needed to love everything with my attention, to love and embrace it with consciousness and not avoid it, not repel against it, not push it away, not create a map of in my mind an image that's false, that was used to resist loving it, embracing it as it is. Because otherwise we actually never know anything. If we don't actually just embrace something and love it as it is fully, instead we resist it, we don't look at it, we push it away, we make a judgment about it in our mind or on a piece of paper mentally and just stick it on the thing or the person or the event. We don't know it. And so we can't actually justify any evaluation of it. Think about, like, how could you talk about what something looks like and believe something about it if you never actually saw it? You know, it's like having opinions about the way a certain cathedral looks, but you've never even seen a picture of it. You've never walked to it, you never looked at it, you never were inside of it, you just have an opinion about it. It's not justified, and we know it's not justified. But that's actually everything we evaluate without love. Because when we're not loving something, we're resisting it, we're avoiding it, we're not looking at it properly, we're either not looking at it entirely, or we're looking at our own image of it because we're so attached to it and we've made all these narratives and stories and associations with it that we're not seeing it as it truly is. And that's attachment, not love. So this is, largely this video is about attachment and aversion, how they're not love. But when you truly love something, you can actually know it. You can actually get the boundless information that's part of it. And that's what truth is. And we kind of need truth to operate, to discern, to do right things in the world, to know what to do in the world. We need truth to know how to eliminate suffering, which is innate to our experience, that we don't want that. And to get bliss of some variety, which is also innate to our existence. We do want bliss. Our real nature just is bliss. And so we're always leaning towards that, and just kind of fumbling around in our false confusion with these limited viewpoints about what reality is. And it was kind of a beautiful dream because I woke up very shortly after that realization and I wanted to write it down immediately. And it's like, it's true. It's like we can't justify or validate or even accept any of our evaluations and judgments about anything unless we actually love those things. We love and embrace them without preconceived false notions. We love them without looking away and reacting to them and avoiding them. We love them as they are, realizing that as things are is like endless. It's not an image, it's not static, it's not conclusive. It's to love something is actually eternal. And this is how love leads to truth, is to truly love, embrace something in its depth and in its entirety and its presence. It means to love it eternally. And then it also means to love everything that supports it and makes it happen, which is everything. And you kind of just, if you actually stay in that love, it just pulls you into infinity, how everything's connected, how everything relies on everything else, everything comes from somewhere else and keeps going to somewhere else. The cells of our body we ingest and then we let them go to decay, yet we remain. Everything's superfluous like this, and that infinity permeates all. And so when you truly embrace and love something as it is, that is just automatically where truth is. And that leads us to our own existence, our own consciousness, our own attention. And then we have to love that too, or else we go back into illusion, into falsehood. And then we can't actually justify any of our judgments. So love everything. You don't need to believe in thingness. Just love what is fully. And yeah, it's eternal. So it takes endless patience in a way, and a persistence beyond our imagination. But if we keep clicking into that endurance of love, it's going to shatter all our suffering. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Sayra.